So, welcome back to the channel. I'm out again on the Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal. Today, I'm starting the walk at a place called Radcliffe Wharf. I'm just down from Redbridge. Now, I'm not filming from Redbridge to here because there's not a lot of features, but this area is where it does start to get a little bit interesting. So, I'm going to pan the camera around and show you the canal at this point. So, as you can see, it's very wide, and that is because back in the day this was a hub of activity. Now behind me there were various industries, cotton, felt. They used the canal to transport their goods towards Manchester, towards Bury, towards Bolton, the bigger towns, and obviously Radcliffe needed its own wharf, and this is where it was. And today it's very quiet, it's a very peaceful area. So where the camera is pointing now, you can see all the bunting in the distance. I'll zoom in a little bit on that for you. You can see all the bunting there. Now, just on the other side of that canal wall, there's a little private fishing club called Albert's. I was a member myself for a while. I fished it a handful of times and never caught anything, I'll be totally honest, but a lot of people have fished that water and caught some really big fish out of it. Just, I must be one of the unlucky ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a walk down the canal towards Bolton and show you something that happened on the canal in the 1960s, which changed this canal forever, and especially this arm up towards Bury. So, walking along, it's lovely, this part of Radcliffe and Bury. Still got the original cobbles. Some of the canal has been, the towpath has been tarmacked. Just here it's still the original cobbles, which are a little bit slippery. Oh, look at that. Snowdrops. Spring's on its way. See, in this part here, the far bank has been cleaned. There's trees, there's flowers. Really nice, picturesque. So I'm going to continue along the towpath as far as I can go, because some of you will know the area and you will know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't know, I believe the Royal Engineers were employed, so part of the British Army, to do this job. The canal wasn't being used. Major road through Radcliffe needed widening, so the decision was taken to infill and culvert part of the canal. So as I walk along here now, I'm going to show it you. So it's culverted under the main road, and even if the canal was put back into use at this point, it wouldn't be able to be open for any boat traffic because of this. Now, there in the centre of the screen, you just see the top of the culvert. Great for the fish, not so good for the boats. So at this point I've just had to cross busy main road. The canal that I've walked down is there, and the canal that I'm going to continue along is there. Now the road was widened due to the amount of traffic on the roads. It still gets very busy along here. Now in Radcliffe there is a group called Radcliffe Litter Pickers. They go along, collect rubbish, bag it up, there you can see, and then Bury Council come along and collect the rubbish. They do a really good job for the community and cleaning the area up. Now I'm going to show you what's on my left hand side. There's a artwork showing everything that's good about Radcliffe. If you look along here, you've got the cricket club, dog walking, you've got the old East Lancashire paper mill gates, you've got the gate to the Radcliffe Parish Church, which I have featured in one of my videos. Then moving along, you've got the Manchester Bee, nature, what looks like Rowetta from the Happy Mondays. Yeah, it's very nice mural. Yeah, very nice. As I've pointed out before, Little Britain anglers again. Looking back at the canal, that there is where the culvert comes out on this side. So, it's very slippy on this towpath today. Walking along the old cobbles. There's mallards on this section, a pair of mute swans, and there's a pair of Canada geese just up here. Now, back in the early 2000s, these flats were built. So, all the way along, it was just derelict land that was there before. There was an old mill. The old mill burnt down, so it was demolished. And these flats were built. So carrying on along the towpath. Bit of an overgrown tree, but on the other side of it, there's a green footbridge. Now that is the end of Victoria Street. Now at one time that was open to traffic, it was a different bridge. Cars were able to use it to join Water Street and Ainsworth Road here in Radcliffe. But it is now completely pedestrianised. So, across the canal from where I'm stood, there used to be a mill, known locally as Preston's, or depending on your age, Smurfit. Now the mill's long since gone. It was turned into an indoor go-karting place for a while, and then it's now been demolished and replaced with flats. So they are nice. I mean, nature again. If you look up there is a squirrel in the tree. I think he's just seen me. So this was all industrial again along here. Now, Preston's, not all the mill was demolished, some of it was left. And as we move along, I'll show you what's left of Preston's mill. It is, even though the canal is looking the way it does, it is very nice along here. All the duckweed on top though. Now the orange brick building there in the distance is what's left of Preston's mill. You used to be able to walk along that side of the canal, but now it's all been fenced off. Now across from Preston's mill there's a bit of a local story. I don't know how true it is, but there was definitely a mill called Spider Mill, another mill that's long been demolished, and it's claimed that a very famous invention was made there. I mean, this famous invention is still going to this day. It serves its purpose. Now this famous invention apparently is WD-40, you know, lubricant in a can. Yeah, so apparently local folklore says that that is where WD-40 was created. So we're going to carry on along now. On my left hand side here, that's a building supplies company. You can tell the difference on this side of the canal to the other side. The other side is a lot cleaner. I don't know why, because it's in water. It's just been left a bit on this side for some reason. Moving along, I'm going to come up to another milestone marker. This one says Manchester 10. So 10 miles to Manchester and the end of the canal. Now just behind me there's a fence. Now that used to be the site of, depending on your age, Radcliffe High School or Radcliffe Secondary Modern. From the 1930s to the early 2000s, it was one of two high schools in Radcliffe that served the children that lived here. Back in the late 1990s, it was decided to merge the two high schools that Radcliffe had. So you had Radcliffe High School and Coney Green High School, and they became Radcliffe Riverside High. The long-term goal was to demolish the two schools and build a new purpose-built school on some other land. Now that never happened, but the schools were closed down, and for a long time Radcliffe, a town the size that it is, didn't have any high schools, so all the children have had to go across the borough of Bury for their secondary education. That has changed. There is a high school being built as we speak. They opened last year, so that it was open to year 7s. This year they've become year 8s obviously, and started year 7s as well, so there's 2 full years in the school as we speak. So we're carrying on the towpath now. In the distance you can see another green bridge. That takes you from here over to an area called Cams Lane. It's very nice down here. I don't know about any plans to build houses along here, as in the other section towards Bury. Look at the stonework on that. So that's the end of this video from Radcliffe Wharf to Cams Lane. If you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe, comment, like the video. So until the next one, bye for now.